Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking advanced retinol techniques, those hacks, tips, and tricks that you need in your skincare routine to maximize the benefit you're getting from your retinol. Maybe you've already got a retinol in your skincare routine and you've started to see some great results, but there's still those fine lines and wrinkles present and you want to kick it up a notch. Maybe you're a little bit bored with the product that you're currently using and you want to look for a higher strength version. Do not worry, this video has got you covered. I definitely wouldn't say this is the video for people who haven't got a retinol in their skincare routine already. If you're a beginner and you're looking to incorporate into your routine, do not worry, I've got you covered, and I included a whole video on starting retinol, which I'll leave a link to up there. Check that video out with some gorgeous recommendations if you want to introduce a retinol into your skincare routine for the first time. But for the advanced among us, let's keep on watching. So let's cover off what retinol is. Retinol is a vitamin A derivative. Vitamin A derivatives come in so many different forms, like a baffling array. You can get the prescription strength ones, the retinols, the retinals, the retinol palmitates, so many different names, versions, strengths out there. Kind of makes it a total minefield. But at its basis, a vitamin A derivative is going to be your number one go-to holy grail anti-aging skincare ingredient. Retinol is one of the few ingredients in your skincare routine which will actually reverse the signs of aging you've already accumulated. So often we're talking about delaying aging, preventing aging. That's all great, but actually you need to make sure that you're reversing some of the signs of the aging that's already accumulated if you want to see those real A-star results. Maybe you've got some fine lines and wrinkles from sun damage. You might have some uneven skin tone and hyperpigmentation. Retinol can really help to tackle that and give you back your confidence and the skin that you've always craved. Of course, it's better to start low strength and work your way up. That's because retinols and vitamin A derivatives never come side effect free. You can often get drying, irritation, peeling, redness, all the things that you have to get through at the first 8 weeks of introducing it into your routine to get to the gorgeous skin that awaits you on the other side. It's definitely worth it, and I'll be sharing with you some tips on how to increase the strength of your retinol without also increasing all those side effects or having to go through the whole process again. So, what are these tips for getting the most out of your retinol? Well, tip number one might sound super simple, but it's a lot more complex than you think, and that is to just increase the strength of the product you're using. Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer. It's like, why are we watching a video to be told that? That's super obvious. Actually, it's really difficult to work out what strength corresponds to which other product that you might be using. An example is you might be using a retinol product that's given a 3% strength, and you're looking at a retinal product, and that might have a 1% strength, and you're thinking, well, obviously the 3% is stronger than the 1%. You'd be wrong. And this is where it can get really confusing, working out which products are actually stronger than the others when you want to increase the strength of the vitamin A derivative in your skincare routine. Do not worry, because below I've listed some of my favourite high-strength retinols. Of course, you could go for something that's prescription strength. Now, I'm using the term prescription strength, and this might be a bit confusing to some people because not everything is prescription only in every country in the world. But one of my favourite and go-to is this. This is Differin Gel. So this is adapalene, which is a second generation vitamin A derivative and is superb if you have oily or breakout prone skin. It's definitely one of the strongest on the market. You can get it with some other things such as benzoyl peroxide, which is this product. This is the Epiduo, which is superb at tackling those breakouts or really getting to grips with acne quickly. Adapalene is amazing, but it will cause some initial dryness and irritation, which is why I think it's really great to get a consultation to check that the product's right for you. In the US, I do know you can get this over the counter in the term Differin. I think it's called just the Differin Gel, which is amazing that you can get that over the counter, but do check that it's right for you and follow the other steps I'm coming on to make sure you minimize the risk of irritation. You can obviously go for Retin-A, which I think is probably the most common known brand of vitamin A derivative. This is super strength and definitely prescription only pretty much everywhere in the world, so get that consultation and work out whether it's right for you. If you don't want to go through the hassle of having to get yourself a prescription, go for your consultation and cash it in, then there are some over-the-counter options that are almost as strong as those prescription ones I've just mentioned. Some of the strongest vitamin A derivatives I've ever come across are from their Medicate Crystal Retinol range. This is a beautiful range that actually has different numbers, so steps up in strength. So you can really know which one is going to be stronger than which because it goes in number order. I'd start one of the top two highest strengths if you want a real super strength product, and this will deliver. I'd say you get the same quick results from a prescription retinol as you would in this product, which is fantastic. They're a little bit on the pricier side, but I love Medicate because they're well formulated. They have some great hydrators in these products as well, so it won't leave you too dry, and also they're all cruelty free. So it's like ding, 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 gorgeous, gorgeous product. If you're looking for something a little bit on the cheaper side, you don't want to push to Medicate prices, then Geek and Gorgeous have just launched a higher strength retinol product. Retinol is closer to the retinoic acid, which our skin uses to derive all the benefits, and so it is a little bit stronger than traditional retinols. They do it in 2 strengths, and I've left a link to the higher strength below if you want to check that out, because I'd say that's almost prescription strength in terms of the results that you can expect to see from it and the time it takes to get those results. I would definitely recommend you up the strength of your retinol if you find that the product you're using at the moment isn't delivering the results that you want. You've used it for a good 3 to 6 months and maybe you're just wanting to get a little bit more from the product. Then going up a strength is a real easy way of doing it, but it can be quite hard to know the ones that are right for you and what is actually a step up. So hopefully those recommendations have helped. Hack number 2 really works whether you're sticking with the products you already have in your routine and you just want a little bit more value out of it, or you're increasing the strength of your vitamin A derivative. It works for both, and that is to think about placement. When we first started with retinol, we always put it at the end of our routine, often after moisturizer. The reason for that was we didn't want the full force of that product and ingredient on our skin from day one. By putting it at the end, it kind of buffered it and meant you weren't getting that full strength hit straight at the start. That minimizes the amount of redness, irritation, and peeling, and is a superb tip when you're first starting out. Once you've passed that 3 to 6 month point on the product, actually you should be thinking more about where you're placing in your routine. If it's a water-based product, then it should go with your water-based serums. If it's an oil-based product, then it should go towards the end of the routine with your other oil-based products. Always remember, the first products you use in your skincare routine are going to have the most impact because they're sitting closest to the skin. By the time you get to product number 6 or 7, it's got to fight through those other products you put on to really add any benefit. So its strength is going to be weakened slightly. So the earlier you can get your retinol or vitamin A derivative in your skincare routine, then the quicker and the better results that you're going to get from it. Obviously, you don't want to push it too much because that's when you could trigger some of that sensitivity and irritation, but definitely start to think about where you're placing it. Once you've established a retinol in your skincare routine, start placing it where it should be to derive the maximum benefit from it. My tip and hack number 3 will be to apply it to damp skin. Now, when you start retinol, it's always important to make sure you apply it to totally dry skin. That's because the product is transported by water into the skin. So the wetter and damper your skin is, the more deeper the penetration is and the quicker the results you're going to get. Therefore, more peeling, more irritation, more redness. So that's something you avoid when you first start a vitamin A derivative. Once you've progressed and your skin is actually used to the ingredient, then you can apply it to damp skin. This is going to get a deeper penetration and a more effective penetration of the ingredient, and so you're just going to get those better and quicker results. So I always say apply your serums onto damp skin because this rule applies to most elements of your skincare. It just works better if your skin isn't bone dry. So before you put your vitamin A derivative on your skin, you can have a spritz of just water would work, but put a damp or hydrating serum or toner on and then apply the product on. You'll see you'll get marginal benefits in terms of the extra absorption and the better and more effective absorption rate. So you're going to be increasing the strength of the product even though you're not actually changing up product, if that makes sense. This is a great thing that I do once you've hit that 6 month point with your retinols. I definitely wouldn't do it when you're first starting out, as we all know, but it's something we should start mixing up and thinking about as our skin becomes more accustomed to the product. Hack number 4 is one that you guys have recommended to me so often, and thank you so much for bringing this to my attention because it's a really great technique and hack for increasing the strength of your retinol whilst minimizing the amount of side effects and irritation you're going to get. If you want to increase the strength of the product that you're using, why not use it every other day? And those days that you're not using it, continue to use the existing product you have in your skincare routine. That product your skin's going to be used to and accustomed to anyway, so this is a great way of almost buffering and gradually introducing the product to minimize the side effects, the redness, the peeling, the irritation. When I first started using this different gel, I knew my skin was going to go through it a little bit, and it's going up significantly in strength. So I continued to use my favorite product, which was this. This is the Inculus Retinol, which I love. This is a low to mid strength retinol, great for beginners, and I wanted to progress to something that was stronger. I used this at first every 3rd day and then continued to use this on the off days. Then I went to every 2nd day, then I went to every day with this and phased this one out of my routine. Still on those days where I feel super dry and I think actually my skin doesn't need any more dryness, I will just use this to make sure I'm still getting that vitamin A hit without necessarily risking even more dryness, especially in winter when our skin can dry out anyway. So don't be afraid to mix and match the over-the-counter lower strength products with the higher strength over-the-counter or prescription products. Now, hack number 5 actually should probably be hack number 1, because before you do any of this, before you even think about increasing the strength of your retinol to get more value, or maybe you want to change it up to a different product to get, again, that additional benefit, you should make sure you have an azelaic acid in your skincare routine. Azelaic acid is superb at calming down redness and irritation, things which increasing your retinol can trigger. So if you've already got an azelaic acid in your routine for, say, like 3 weeks to a month before you increase the strength of your retinol, it's going to prime the skin and prep it and almost defend it against some of the risk of irritation and sensitivity that increasing your retinol could help you to go through. My go-to is this at the moment. This is the A-Pad by Geek and Gorgeous. This is a 20% azelaic acid derivative. So it's super gentle. It's super easy to incorporate in the routine. It goes on like a really lightweight, gorgeous, glossy serum. It'll add a little hydration as well, which is never a bad thing when we're talking retinol. So it'll add a little bit of hydration and sinks in without a trace. You use this twice a day, every single day for the 3 weeks before you increase your retinol. You'll notice such a reduction in the sensitivity, redness and irritation, the side effects that you would have got if you didn't include this already. I think azelaic acid is great for so many things, and everyone should have it in their routine anyway. I actually did a whole video on it, which I'll leave a link to up there if you want to understand a little bit more about the mechanisms of it. Superb active ingredient to have in your routine. Tip number 6 is Panthenol. When we talked about azelaic acid, we said you need to have that in your routine 3 to 4 weeks before you increase the strength of your vitamin A derivative. With Panthenol, you can just introduce it on the same day you introduce the higher strength retinol into your life. Panthenol is amazing at calming and soothing the skin. It will nourish and hydrate at the same time and will just help support the barrier function of the skin. Vitamin A derivatives can be very harsh on the skin. They can be very harsh on the skin's barrier as well. So anything we can do to calm and soothe has to be a good thing. Panthenol will work by reducing redness and irritation, all the things that increasing your strength of vitamin A derivative is likely to increase, and so it's a really great one to use in conjunction. There's so many products out there. Everyone's decided Panthenol is amazing, and companies are producing different products with it in, which is so good. My go-to is the liquid hydration by Geek and Gorgeous. Geek and Gorgeous have featured really heavily in this video, but I just really like all their products. In fact, I did a whole review on them, which I'll leave a link to up there if you want to explore it a little bit more. So affordable and so well formulated. But their liquid hydration is fantastic because it will calm and soothe the skin. It will help with any redness and irritation. It's going to add some extra hydration to the skin, which your skin will start to feel a bit drier if you increase the rate of vitamin A derivative in your routine. You will get some of that initial dryness that you got when you first introduced a retinol. And so actually this is a perfect ingredient to have in your skincare routine. There are so many other types of Panthenol out there. I'll leave some of my favorites below if you don't want to just shop at Geek and Gorgeous. There's some great alternatives. I'll leave a link to them there, so check them out. But it's really important to start your azelaic acid before you increase the strength, and on the day that you do increase the strength, make sure you've got that Panthenol in your life. Your skin will be so much calmer, less red, less irritated for having that Panthenol in your life. So there you have it, guys. These are my tips, hints, hacks, tricks, whatever you want to call them, for upping your retinol game. Whether you're ready to increase the strength of your retinol or you just want to maximize the benefit from the retinol product you already have in your life, hopefully this video has showed you some hints and tips for how to do that. When we first start, gently is key, but now with established retinol users, you do want to mix it up to make sure you've got the right placement in your skincare routine, that you aren't creating issues with barriers to the product working and having to fight through other ingredients that might be in your skincare routine. And of course, you've got the right complementary actives such as azelaic acid and Panthenol in that routine to minimize any side effects. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, if you give it a big thumbs up, that really helps the channel. And leave me a comment below if you've got any other questions on increasing the strength of the retinol or vitamin A derivative in your routine. Leave me a comment below and I'll quite happily answer them. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.